It's a little chilly in the shop today. Colorado's gonna Colorado. It was 70 degrees on Friday and we got about a foot of snow here in the last 24 hours and it's still coming down, so woo! Welcome back. Today we have another, what I think is a big step to make. It's gonna be a difficult panel to fit because there's so many things coming together, but that fender is involved and this is the panel we're gonna be concentrating on. It's the fender support. There's our new one right there. You can see this edge right here is not bent, so we're gonna have to figure out a way to scribe in that edge. But one of the things I need to do is cut back where the fender goes so that I can get to the inner structure. Unfortunately, on these 356s, the replacement fenders and the factory fenders, the seam was about here, but this panel goes back in here somewhere. So we're gonna set up something, make a line here and cut way back in here, save this panel for the future so we can reinstall it later, and then get this panel installed, make sure this fender fits. Holy cow, lots of work. We get a little bit of a cheat because the previous owner cut a window in this side, so we know where we have to cut back to. So if we measure back from the let's call it back from the hole in the windshield, we're 6.5 inches or so. So if I cut up around 5 inches, I think we'll be in good shape. Interestingly enough, I mean, these are the parts that, how do you replace this? This is some kind of a seal that they put on at the factory. And so they put this together, they put this seal on, and then they weld everything together. And, when you're replacing panels, you can't just get in and replace this. You've got to cut the fenders off and do all of this stuff. But I'll sort through this and see if we can knock it off. I think there's just a bunch of spot welds up here that we got to cut loose, and then we'll start fitting our new piece. I think we're going to wind up cutting this off in pieces just so I can see where I'm going. I think I need to cut that off right there so I have access. You can see how much damage is in this panel, but there's a support right back here where I've outlined. So let's just cut that. All right, now we're starting to see a little bit more. I've got us cut back here as far as I can get us cut back. Now we need to just take off this area where there's spot welds and try and separate these two pieces. Then I need to take off the spot welds back in here and see where that gets us. We got this little strip out of here. There's actually a little metal clamper strip behind there. This is all cleaned up. This surface is cleaned up. This guy's cleaned up. We cleaned up this wall over here where everything's going to attach. And then I ground down all the welds. You can see a little Sharpie mark there. That's where this panel is going to be. I ground all the welds inside of that so that it would sit nice and flat. Then I turned this edge up at 90 degrees. You can see a mark here, and that's where this panel meets this overhang. And right now, it's starting to fit, but it needs to come back this way, probably a solid inch, inch and a half. It just needs to rotate in this pocket a little bit. So what I need to do is make a relief cut there where that overhang is, so that this doesn't interfere, but I can bend the top part of this flange further out to give us the room to rotate this back. I will probably have to cut a little bit off the top here or something to make that all go, but it's starting to get real close. Well, we've got it clamped in place on the bottom. And looking at the top, this top has a heck of a curve to it. And the fenders are actually curved the exact opposite way. And when you look at this flange that it's going to weld to, that's completely flat. So I feel like the shape of this panel is probably not what I really want. When I took this apart, it was flat. I'm just going to tell you that. But you can see we're not exactly following the door yet. And I think what I need to do is probably shrink on that edge a little bit and just kind of tweak this panel. I went ahead and cut that piece there. Sorry I didn't video it, but I just cut a slit and then kind of pushed the lip back and hammered it where it's almost flat now. You can see a little bump there and a little bump there. So I'm going to give that another cut and add another cut and then do a little more hammering. We should be pretty close. I'm starting to like that a lot better. But now I want to turn my attention to this edge and the door and hopefully get us a little closer to where we need to be here. I want to pull this flange up. Yeah, that's the first thing we got to do is get the door clearing. That is already looking better. And I think as we start going, I'll have to cut this edge to fit the profile of the door, and then we'll have to squeeze it and bend it. This is a very complicated panel. One of the things you have to do when you're fitting up the fender piece is put the rocker on. So I've got the rocker kind of clamped in place right now, and the door is still funkadelic down there in the corner. And then when I was driving back to Colorado,
the fender was kind of flapping a little bit, and it just hammered the door. Woo! So that door skin is coming off. At least the lower door skin is coming off, so I can straighten that. So I've got an okay kind of line there, and this will get, this will get adjusted to make that gap even all the way along there. Maybe I could do like that so you could actually see it. Nice even gap. The other thing I did buy is a door bottom for both of these doors. So the frame, this one I feel like needed some help. And if we look at the actual rocker panel itself, I don't know if this will show in video, it's thin here and then it fattens out and it goes back down to thin. So it's actually got a radius to it. And the bottom of the door needs to have that same radius. I don't feel like it has it right now. So we're gonna do some major surgery there. We're gonna let the rocker be what the rocker's gonna be, and we will match the door to the rocker. But on this, I need to match this with the door. So you can see, got about a 1/4 inch there where it meets the rocker. These are supposed to meet at the same spot. Boom, boom. Not a big deal. I can bend that into place, but then it gets significantly larger there. So I've got to work on getting all of that. The profile of the outside door skin and this fender support are pretty close. We're gonna work this edge to death to get it to fit. And it's gotta be, I mean, you can see what's going on here, right? It's gotta match that. So I'll get a drill bit that's that size, and we'll just use that as a tolerance all the way along and fit it until it fits. I made a little note to shrink there. Let's just think about this. If I shrink that, it's gonna basically make that a hinge and everything comes in. So the bottom will be real tight, but then this here will be loose. So I think we need to stretch some of this in here so that it flattens back out. Does that make sense to everybody? A little shrink action. We're sneaking up on it. I'm out of breath. You can see down at the bottom, we're getting tight. A little bit of a gap like we thought. But that's tightened up through there. So where we've got the mark for stretching, starting to look pretty good. Then it looks like, or sorry, the mark for shrinking. Looks like we need to stretch just a little bit through here, through about that line to maybe there. Just straighten that out just a little bit. Something I didn't show is there's a couple holes here that I put clecos in from the back side so I could still shut the door. I clecoed in the sill plate here, so hopefully it doesn't move. And I got the rocker fitting pretty good. When it comes time to put the rocker on, it's fitting good at the back, it's fitting good at the door there. The bottom gap looks good when I can get the door to close all the way. And then it's lining up right at the front. But look at this gap. The gap's pretty close. It's got a little wiggle right in there, but I don't think I'm gonna complain about that. I think the fender's gonna cover that up and it's gonna look pretty darn good. It does get a little tight up in here and I can trim that back. That's not a problem. I'll just zip disc it back in there. You can see the line here wants to kind of do that. This little line here is where the door breaks under the fender, so it's kind of a critical spot. But man, it's fitting good from this side. It's fitting good from this profile down the door. Obviously, other than where the door got caved in there a little bit. But I'm pretty darn happy with it. I think we're gonna cut it there for today. I know it probably doesn't feel like that much work on the camera, but man, I am whipped. It's been literally an all day
affair getting this thing fit up, and a lot of brute force grunting, screaming, yelling. And to get that sucker fit, the next time we get together, we'll be putting the fender on and make sure that the profile really fits all the way into the door and all that kind of stuff. So for now, take care, guys.